Good morning, gentlemen. Uh, Today's topic is Eve detail. At the end of the session, you should be able to draw the Eve detail for a timber roof. This picture shows open, closed eave. It's important to note that eave detail is not definite in a sense that it varies. There there are quite a number of roofing material that we can use, and the type of roof that you will design is relative to the type of roofing material. Their asphalt roof, we have metal sheet roof, we have shingle roof, we have tile roof. Yeah. So the type of roofing material will dictates the type of roof framework that you have pretty much. This is pretty much a basic roof. All right. Uh, the main components of a roof are soffit, and it's important to know that for open eave roof framework, we do not have soffit. So this is not there. The fascia board is normally there on most roof. Rafters are standard, but the purline, um, purline, they is not every roof framework has purline, and purline are only applicable or used when we have like roof like a metal or zinc type of roof. That's when we use purline. The purline is basically where we would actually nail the roof down onto the rafters. For like shingle roof here for the section, we would have plyboard. We'd have plyboard or timber in this section. Also, another layer that we would have on shingle roof is underlay. And underlay is a black tar-like mat that acts as a waterproof or a barrier between the board and the shingle. So you actually nail the shingle onto the underlay through to the board, pretty much. All right. Here would be the same. We normally have the wall plate and a hurricane strap. Hurricane strap is what fastens the roof onto the building. So the hurricane strap looks something like this. It's a twisted piece of metal with some holes here for it to fasten onto the rafters. Yeah. We normally have also bolts. There's normally bolts that are placed here at interval to fasten the wall plate onto the wall. Yeah. So this is pretty much a hurricane strap, a typical hurricane strap. All right. What else? Ring beam. Ring beam. We also have a ring beam. All right. We also have ring beam. Ring beam are built in. This is a ring beam. In some application, they might refer to it as built in, but it's pretty much the same thing. All right. Let's get started. So the first thing to do here is to activate my orthogonal mode, and I will be drawing my wall. In this case, the wall I'll be using a standard wall thickness of 150 millimeters. All right, so I'm changing to my construction layer, and for that, engage line, let this be about that much. Enter, offset, or enter. Offset distance is, in this case, is 150 millimeters. 150, enter. Click here and move the offset, escape. The next step is to draw my ring beam. The ring beam is typically 150 by 300. So for that, I'm using a rectangle. I click here. Then on my x-axis, I want it to be 150, 150, tab 300, 300, enter. And this is my ring. This is my ring beam. The next step is to offset this by 25. Or enter. Offset distance 25. Enter. Offset this inside. All right. The next step is to, here we have six pieces of six bars that forms the ring beam along with the stirrup. The diameter, we normally use 1/2 inch bar here. All right, so for that, I want a circle of diameter 13 millimeters. For that, I'm using Tantan radius, circle, Tantan radius. So I click here, then specify a radius of 13, 1, 3. No, the radius has to be 6.5, half of 13. 6.5, enter. And there goes my first bar. Next step, I'm going to mirror this on the other side. So I click, type MI for mirror, enter. Specify here as my first mirror line. Second mirror line is here, enter. I'm going to reactivate mirror and bring those two bars on the other side. So click, enter to accept. Specify the first mirror line, which is here. Second mirror line is there. Enter to accept that. Now, I'm going to copy one of these to the middle. Copy, click, CO, enter. To specify the base point, I want the base point to be here. Then I'm going to move this up to the middle, which is right here. Escape. Then I'm going to copy this. Mirror, sorry, MI, enter for mirror. Select this, then press enter. Select first mirror line, which is here. Second mirror line is there. Enter. So now we have drawn all 6 bars. The next step is to draw our wall plate. The wall plate is normally 100 millimeters by 75. So for that, this is our wall plate. The wall plate is right here. So for that, I engage rectangle. REC, enter. Specify the first point. On the x-axis is 100 by 75 or 80, 75, enter. And this is my wall plate. Now I'm gonna click here to move this, enter. Specify the base point here. I then move this to here. That is there. All right. My next step is to hatch these bars. Hatch these bars. So I select hatch drop down. Select hatch pattern. And I click solid. And I click inside this. Click there. Zoom in a little bit. Click here. Click inside here. Click. click, click, then escape. All right, so there we have all our six bars. Next step is to draw our wall. Well, I could insert this in that. So for that, I copy this, enter for move, select here as my base point, this point, click here, drop that in, and do something that seems right. The next step is to generate my rafter. Yeah, so for that, I'm going to draw a line at the pitch for this roof. This seems to be a 30-degree pitched roof. So for that, I engage line L, choose a suitable length, probably use 2000. Press tab key to engage angle, then type 30, enter, enter one more time. Then I'm going to offset this, offset O, enter, O, enter. Offset distance is 150, 150, enter. Click line to offset, there, escape. Now I could move this roof in place. No, or I could wait off a little bit. I'm going to draw a line here, L, line, draw a line here, enter, and I'm going to move this line now to this point here, to this end, enter. I'm going to offset this line to the distance that I want my overhang to be. And overhang ranges from between 450 up to 750 millimeters. So for that, I'm going to offset this line. O, enter. Offset distance 450, enter. Select this line, move in this direction. Escape. Now I can grip my roof, grip these, and put them in place. That I highlight those, select M, enter for move. My base point, I want my base point to be, I could use there as my base point. Let me use here as my base point. Grip this and deactivate orthogonal mode. And this should cut a little bit into the roof for the notch. And that I'll be estimating the notch. So I click. This snaps onto the end. I don't want that there. I don't want that. M, enter. Specify the base point here. Move this in by that much. Okay. Now I can trim out my little notch. TR, enter, enter. Click here, and that is that. Now, the next step is to trim off the excess here. Trim off this. So for that, we go TR, enter, enter. Click here, click there, and click there. That is gone. We could also delete this line. All right, delete, click delete. Now we have our roof, our overhang. All right. The next step is to draw the different layers. Now time for us to determine if we want this to be a shingle roof or a zinc roof with purlin. For this, I will be using a shingle roof with no purlin. So for that, I will be using a half or 3/4 inch plyboard. So for that, I'm going to offset this, O, enter, 1/2 inches, 13 millimeters. Therefore, my offset distance is 13 millimeters. So I type 1, 3, enter, select here, move. So that's the distance for the plyboard. We also need a layer for the underlay or the mat. That is normally about 1/8 or 1/4 inches. So for that, I will use 6 millimeters. 6, enter, click here and move in that direction. Escape. So now we have the layer for our plyboard and our underlay. All right. The next step is to add our shingle. All right. And for that, I will be, so shingle is typically 350 by about 60 for shingle, or some shingles are 8 feet long. So for this, I'm going to use polyline, and here, engage orthogonal mode. Let this be about 60. Or 52 inches, 2 inches, or inch and a half, about 30. I think 30 is good. 30, enter. 300 or 250, that range is good. Let me use 250, 250, enter, enter. All right. Line. Enter. All right. So delete. All right. Let me redraw that. And this will be like here. Enter. Delete. So this now is one of our shingle. The next step is to align this, with the roof. So I click here, and I probably could group, click this and group, GROUP, enter, and this is group, GROUP, enter, select object, enter. Oh, not grouped. Oh, okay. All right, let me not stress that. Polyline. I want everything to be one, so I'm choosing that. Enter. Now I click this polyline. Polyline. I'm gonna align ALIGN. Enter. Select my first source. My first source is here. My first destination. Source is one that you want to move. Destination is where you want to move, to bring it to. So here is my first destination. Next, my second source point is here, and my destination will be someplace down here. So I'm pretty much aligning this there. My third source would be here, and this can be someplace up here. And notice that falls in place right there. All right. So that aligns right there. All right. The next step is to copy this. Copy. So I click this and type CO, enter. Click here, then move from one point to there, and here, down to there, and there. Escape. So that is pretty much that. My next step is to trim off this. All right, so I'm gonna extend this line, or I could use fillet. F, enter. Select fillet, R, enter. Ensure that my fillet radius is 0. AutoCAD has a standard fillet radius of 3 millimeters. So it's important that you ensure that you check to ensure that the fillet radius is 0. If not, the default radius is 0. All right. Now TR, enter. Remove these excess. All right. I would need to add my I need to add my fascia board, which should be a rectangle drawn here. So REC rectangle, here 25 tab tab um tab 200 to tab minus 200 minus 200 minus 2 minus 250, enter, and this will be here. All right, so that's my fascia board. Probably I should have added it out here at the end, then extend that. All right. Next step is to draw my I'll clean that up after. That doesn't look too proper. All right. So move this up to there. Click, delete, trim, TR, 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 enter, enter. Click this, click that, click that. Oh, I should have drawn this at an angle here. All right, I can fix that after. All right, so this should be extended all the way out here. So this should be like out here. Come forward in place. There. Escape. Escape. Trim TR, enter, enter. Click. Click. All right. So that is that for that. My next task is to trim TR. My next task is to draw my well, if this is a closed eave, then we would have our soffit here. If not, we would probably leave it like this. All right. So for this, I'm gonna click here, click there, 25 to 5, enter, there, enter. That's my fascia board. Now, how much time we have? 37 minutes.